it's Collector Sleuth here, and today I have something a little bit different and very interesting. Not too long ago I made a video, you guys can go check it out, about the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington Pumpkin King Scentsy Warmer, Tart Warmer, and that's what this is, so I won't show too much more detail about it other than since I have already done it in a video. But today what I wanted to show you was there is a website known as IKEA.com, not IKEA, not that IKEA, that's a furniture, home goods store. Not that one. This one is spelled IKIHA. It's an online scam website. Do not buy from it. These Scentsy warmers were very hot and popular when they first came out. They sold out immediately. And so they were popping up on these other this one website for $40. They retail for $65, and they were sold out from Scentsy. So that tells you right there they're not a Scentsy consultant or dealer. So how they even would have gotten them is beyond me anyway. And for $40, they were going for a lot more than that at the time. So if the deal's too good to be true, it probably is a scam, unfortunately. So a lot of people got scammed by that website, and what would happen was, I actually didn't think you would get, I was aware of it at the time that it was on there, and almost fell for it myself, and then backed, luckily I canceled the order very quickly, because I just, in my gut, knew that this was not legitimate, probably, and so I was able to get my money back through PayPal. But since the item didn't arrive in a timely manner and didn't show delivered, I was able to get my money back. But for many people who purchased off of that website, who actually did receive a product, I was surprised they sent anything at all. I didn't think they were going to send anything. But they get these knockoffs from these other countries that manufacture these things, and that's what you get. If you actually purchased and waited the 2 or 3 months, or however long it took to get them, that's what you got, was a plastic knockoff of this piece. And so for those who purchased through PayPal who complained, were not able to get a refund unless they shipped the item back, because the item shows delivered. And so the policy, I think, is you have to use the websites or the business you purchased from, their return policy, in order to ship an item back. And the item's coming from a foreign country. So by the time you pay for postage, pay for tracking, because you have to be able to track it to prove to PayPal that it had been returned, you are not going to get your money back. Unless you did those things, and going to a foreign country, that costs more than $40. So, or thereabouts, so it's not worth the trouble. So a lot of people did get stuck with these plastic knockoffs of this piece. So I was intrigued. I wanted to know, they call it a nightlight, and because it's not a warmer, it runs on batteries, and it's plastic. So it's not anywhere near a Tart warmer like this is. Like these victims of this scam were expecting to get. They got something far, lesser quality. And so I wanted to see what those looked like. So I found somebody on Facebook who had purchased these from that website, and fortunately for him, he went through a credit card company and was able to get his money back through them. But he bought 11 of these plastic knockoffs of this piece, and he said out of the 11, only 5 worked, would even light up. And a lot of complaints from other people I saw on some blogs or whatever that were complaining about what they got. They couldn't even leave negative feedback on the website, the scam website, because they wouldn't post it. This website had control of what got posted and what doesn't. And so they said theirs didn't work. So apparently the plastic piece of junk they got didn't even work. So they were out $40, and they got what they got. So anyway, I was able to purchase one of these off of somebody off Facebook Marketplace. He knew that that's what these were. He wasn't trying to scam me or anything like that. I knew what I was getting. I wanted a plastic piece, and that's what he had. So here we go. It's pretty exciting to show you this, the difference here. Here is the knockoff. So as you can see, size-wise, they're pretty much the same. And from a distance, this actually doesn't look half bad, in my opinion. But it's definitely not the quality that this piece is. This piece is porcelain. Jack has 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, like he's supposed to in the movie. This Jack has 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on here, his arm connects to his hand. If you can see it here. His arm does connect here. Oh, sorry about the dog. And then here, his hand does not connect. It's folded here and it's not connecting to his hand. So that's kind of awkward. Also, there is a hole in his chest right here. The piece isn't raised for his chest piece here. It's just the background on here, and they just went around it with some molding here, whereas this piece is raised. So there's the differences there. And this one actually has some shading of some orangish toning, which I'm surprised they even bothered to take the time to do. This one is just, the flat white ceramic or porcelain that this is. Also, this is metal and it is removable. As you can see in my other video, I placed this on here. This is plastic, and as you can see, the scroll work is much thicker. Also down here, this is plastic and much thicker than the metal piece here. And you can see where this is also textured, like a bumpy texture. This is smoother, but it has some details sculpted in there. And then the pumpkins themselves look a little different. This one doesn't have like the dark glazing paint that one does. And is the pumpkin, you can't see his face as well. And as far as the face goes, they actually look a lot alike. They've got the same kind of smile. This one's got like maybe a little bit more raised of a nose here, a little bump right here. This one's got a little bit, but not quite as pronounced as this one. Also, on the sides here, this one has some holes here for the heating of the tart warmer there. And then on the back, you have 0 in his doghouse, you have nothing here, and of course the Scentsy label here, whereas this one does not. To make this clear, this is not official Scentsy merchandise. This plastic one is not. It is a knockoff, manufactured as a scam for this piece here. And this one is glass. This piece here is a tray, and it's glass, and it comes out, and it has a picture in there. This one is molded on there, and obviously, it doesn't come off, no picture, because it's not intended to heat up anything. This is not a tart warmer, it's not a candle holder, it's none of that. On the bottom battery compartment, this one did, the person I purchased this from, like I said, he said 6 out of the 11 didn't work. He sent me 2 of the 5 that he had that did work, and here it is working. So it has like an orangish glow, red orangey glow. Let's see if we can turn that off, see what that looks like. It has like, this warm, it's actually a pretty color actually when it's lit up, like a warm orange glow. And so you can kind of see that. And it wouldn't make for a very good night light. It doesn't really emit very much light. But that's pretty much all it does is light up. So there's that. So, and obviously on the bottom of this piece is just your typical Scentsy flat bottom there. No reason for any batteries because this is a warmer. And so there's the difference. You cannot melt wax in this. Don't even try. You won't be able to do it if you have one of these. But anyway, there's the differences as you can see here. So I just thought it was interesting to see kind of how they were gonna, what they were gonna give these people who purchased off of this scam website, what they ended up with. I just wanted us very curious to see what they got, and this is what they got. And as far as like quality, yeah, I mean, it's nothing near this one. I would say for 40 bucks, this piece is definitely not probably worth that much. Definitely not worth sending back. But it's not, I don't actually hate it. This one, if it wasn't working, it would be very upsetting. I could see that, paying the $40 and getting a cheap knockoff that doesn't even work, light up like they want it to, would be very frustrating. But as a nightlight piece, I don't actually hate it. It's awkward. This right here is probably the worst part. They did not carry his arm onto his hand like they did here, and they gave him too many fingers. Jack has 4 fingers. We all know this. He's got 4 fingers in the movies. Why on some of these collectibles they insist on giving him 5? It's kind of annoying. But for the most part, they get it right and they give him 4. But here they didn't get it right. They gave him 5. You have to try to make sure there weren't 6. I mean, it looks like a lot of fingers there, but yeah, he's got 5 fingers, and here he has the 4 like he's supposed to have. So, you guys have to let me know. What do you think? Obviously, this one is the higher quality piece and the legit one from the company that you were supposed to get. And then about this cheap knockoff. I mean, is this something you guys would obviously wouldn't want to pay $40 for and end up with when you expect this? But at the same time, it's not absolutely horrible. A lot of people thought it was the worst thing ever. Of course, if you're expecting to get this, I could see why they would think that. But at the same time, I don't hate it. As a decoration, I don't think it looks too bad. I'll probably end up displaying this in one of my cabinets or on a nightstand in my collection room or whatever, and just display it for what it is. It is molded plastic. It's like a probably similar to like a plastic bank that you would put, you know, money type bank in. One of those cheaper quality ones. But yeah, I mean, the molding isn't super terrible, and this is what it looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was interesting to you as far as knowing that this thing exists. For a while, I wasn't even sure it existed. I kept seeing where people would mention a nightlight and like, what nightlight? Scentsy doesn't make a nightlight. And that this is what they're talking about, is this knockoff piece to the actual Scentsy warmer. And so that's the differences there. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Just real quick, guys, I wanted to show you the second one I received, since he sent me 2, and show you like the difference between that one and the one I showed in the video. This is the second one. I can see where some people may have actually got some, not only were they getting a plastic knockoff, but some of the quality issues on this is not too great. This one actually turned out pretty good for what it is. But this one has some stress marks here in the plastic, and it's noticeable there, and whereas this one did not. This one actually, this plastic piece came out better than what this Nightlights did. And then on the back you can see where it's like cut, like where it's starting to bend out of shape there. And so I'm wondering if some of these people ended up with these plastic knockoffs and we're actually getting more poor quality of even those than what I received here. This one actually wasn't too bad, but this one does have some stress marks on it. So I just kind of wanted to show you the difference between, I mean, they're both the same knockoff nightlight. Just wanted to show you that some people who actually got stuck with these ended up probably with some pieces that had, maybe this may have even been broke, or stressed in more areas. Maybe even these parts might have been cracked or broke or stressed. These actually also did not come in a box, at least from the seller I got them from off Facebook Marketplace. He didn't have boxes for them. I'm assuming he didn't get one originally, whereas the legit Scentsy warmer will have come in a Scentsy, authentic Scentsy box. Very nicely decorated box. Whereas these I don't think came in anything. So he had bubble wrapped them and sent them to me, so I'm assuming they probably received them that way as well. So maybe some of this stress might in the plastic might have happened during shipping, or this was just a manufacturing thing from whatever country they were getting these from. So just wanted to share that with you real quick, that some people may have ended up with an even worse nightlight. It's supposed to be a Scentsy warmer. End up with a worse nightlight than what this one was. This one turned out pretty good for the plastic piece that it is. So I just wanted to show that to you real quick, and that's it. Thank you so much. Bye.